Yo, what's going on, guys? xBlackHalo here. Today I wanted to start off this video by saying League of Legends has a problem with bots. They're like programmed bots that are just in games and pretty much just are there to collect experience. And if you get these type of bots, you will most likely lose the game. So I'm gonna report this player, this Ash, in the game that I have here. I'm playing Briar, and that was the final scoreboard. As you can see, these are the best runes in my opinion to run on Briar. So Conqueror, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand for the precision tree and conditioning. Revitalize with 2 offensive runes for adaptive force and the health for defense. This is the maxing sequence. It tells you it in the game. It's pretty self-explanatory. I didn't go this build for this video though. I'd prefer a different one, but I haven't really used this one that much recently. But it's a great build. So anyways, I am going to show you how I played this game. So pretty much I started red. As you can see, I already got the red. Let me rewind a few to show you that I finished it completely just with using my W and a good leash. And I saved smite for the Krugs. Cleared this. Went along to clear my Raptors. I also looked at my lanes and noticed that Bob was trading. Tristana pushed in her wave really fast and won it, and also Kha'Zix is ganking topside Garen. Speaking of, the matchups are Garen top versus, as you can see, Akali top. Me in the jungle Briar versus Kha'Zix. Tristana mid versus Syndra. Jhin ADC versus Caitlyn ADC, and Morgana support versus Ashe support, which is the reported account. So anyways, all I really need to do is focus on ganking early. Ideally, I'm gonna try and get Tristana ahead because Garen already died. But just watch how I play this game. I'm gonna start skipping through the timestamps just to make this video a bit quicker. But pretty much, you see that Tristana is dropping a lot of pressure on the Tristana, and you want to look at your lanes. And I noticed here that she burned her flash for free. And I was also here just waiting in the bush looking at Akali back, and she didn't know that I was here. So Briar's interaction versus Akali's Shroud, her W gets canceled instantly. But this is just an advantageous gank for me to take. As you can see, Tristana watches while we're chasing her down topside river. She flashed over the wall, and then Tristana followed up with a W, and once again another W to follow up against the mid laner with no flash. So pretty much that just set the entire tide of the game. We have over 1,000 gold lead. Okay, so let me play my intro because I didn't, and I will continue to skip to the next part of the game. I have to look it up. So pretty much I'm going to skip another 8 minutes, or 8 minutes. I'm gonna skip to 8 minutes. This is when I start to actually take advantage of the game. So all I did was clear all of my camps. All I did was just clear the Raptors. I got the crab, I backed, I went from bottom to top, reset, and went from to where I am now. So I rushed my 6, flew in, and went to gank this bot lane to get Jhin a further lead because he's already gotten a lead. As you can see from the scoreboard here, this is the current score in the game. So here, I have bot Briar, obviously, so I just did the dragon. So it's pretty simple for that part. So we're just gonna fast forward because we're gonna go mid here because we see the Syndra overextending mid. She's really greedy here. I see her getting engaged on, and she got pretty low, so that's just my turn. Another free flash. It was just obvious for me to be here. She's just overextending again. She's probably tilted at this point. And for some reason, they have tabs on when my buff spawned. So Kha'Zix, as you can see, took my blue, if you noticed on the map earlier, and we saw him go in here. So we just came over. We already killed Syndra, so good knockup by me, or good stun by me. I got both of them. So we knew this was a 2v3. They were just overextending our jungle. I don't know why they just didn't leave after they got the blue, but I guess they got greedy. I'm not sure, honestly. So nothing too eventful happens. I'm just gonna skip about a minute ahead because I just probably reset. See, I just cleared my camps from going from top, Gromp, the Wolves, Raptors, back to bot, into getting crab. And I see that Kha'Zix is a level down. So I just come here to just assert my dominance. I tried to go for the smite steal, but I don't have the ping to get it. So he ends up engaging on me completely, and honestly, I feel like Kha'Zix is a good pick versus Briar. And I started to get ISO'd and do a lot of damage to me. He does a lot of damage, but as you can see, that flash was really epic. The Jane flash to save me, and I flashed trying to save myself. Killed the Kha'Zix, and I just almost got out, but the Kali flashed after me, which was completely worth it because she ends up dying for it, as you can see, because she overcommitted. And we killed his Ashe again. He's just playing really bad, overextending, not paying attention to the game. That's why I think it's a bot. So yeah, check out the gold. So Kha'Zix spawned Rift top. Syndra's holding top. Well, he spawned Rift mid. I misspoke. Nothing's really happening here. I'm gonna clear my red. Dragon's coming up soon. So I'm gonna fast forward. I kind of missed my ult, or didn't kinda. I missed my ult, tried to kill Kha'Zix here. But I still went for him anyways. I just snuck into his jungle, as you can see, with my sweeper and killed him. I easily win the 1v1 in that scenario. I'm a lot stronger than him now. I have more gold. I think I still have a level on him. He's like 1 in 5. So anyways, here all I did was go mid. I'm gonna switch these. All I did was go mid and try and shove a Kali out of the lane, or at least chunk her. But as you can see, my teammate overstayed, and I don't think he should have overstayed. But I mean, it ended up working out in the end, anyways. But yeah. So meanwhile, I'm just doing dragon. I think it's completely worth to do this. It's okay if they die here. I feel like they overextended way too much. I'm gonna show you another example. They literally make the same mistake pretty soon. Tried to kill the Ashe again. I wasted ult. Man, this is when I really realized that she's not playing good. Jin also noticed it too. So we're gonna skip 1 minute exactly when I'm doing Rift. And as you can see, I don't know why my team is like in between the turrets trying to kill them here. They just got greedy. I don't think I could have cleaned this up either. So I just decided to kill Crab, get Rift, and I almost get caught here, but I thought we were going to be able to kill her, and I missed my ult. And this is when I was like, yeah, I need to get out of dodge. I'm going to die. So this is a pretty intelligent escape. This is usually, if you get into this scenario, how you want to escape. So she has a very large gap closer over walls, but it triggers her berserk when you're so close to the enemy. So you want to instantly cancel it with your E, and you can use flash to evade even further. So it's usually a guaranteed way of escape. And since we saw that they were on the wards and they walked out of my jungle, I was free to clear this camp. And I just heal right back to full anyways, if I was low. So yeah, that's pretty much macro play. That was probably the biggest mistake I made earlier on to the game. So I just killed Ashe again. Just free kills. I kind of feel bad for the enemy team, honestly, because of that person they have, or whatever it may be. So the team is fighting while I'm pushing top. Again, they like to fight a lot, and this happens in lower elos. It's a normal game, so I'm not surprised. But I mainly wanted to try and force top. And I made Akali back the most important, strongest person on the enemy team because she's the most fed. So here, I'm shooting my ult because I see them doing dragon. So I'm just gonna fly in, and I fear all three of them. It's pretty epic, and I pretty much cleaned them up here. I'm really strong. I have a lot of items, and Kali's top too. So I pretty much just killed them all. Nothing crazy, nothing special, honestly. But I continue to push since they're dead. Our team decides to kill the Ashe, while me and Jin both try and get some damage on this tower. And meanwhile, Akali decides to push up. Attempts to just go for the Jin and solo him around a block Kate ult. I knock Akali into the wall and she gets wrecked. And the red buff tick actually killed her here. So this is a scenario where you don't want to get caught underneath turret like this Jin, right? Like the minions clearly died and he got caught, but we cleaned up anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I almost point blank ult the Ashe just to fly in. Kill her to get the tower. I believe we get inhibitor too. No, we don't. Anyways, I'm dead. I got wrecked. Probably emoted. So I'm gonna skip again because nothing too eventful happens. But I do have a lot of gold, as you can see. I have 4K. That's a huge gap. 12,000 in total. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up about 20 seconds for me to respawn. And this is when they desperately try to start a Baron. Okay, so Tristana just gets wrecked. That's kind of funny. She plays well, but she just kind of goes in a lot for no reason. Our Jin just went in and got wrecked. And I still don't have ult quite yet. I'm waiting on it for a few seconds because I wasted it earlier and missed. But yeah, they took 3 of our teammates out. I shoot the ult, but I missed, or they dodged it too. Me and Garen are enough to collapse here because they're so low. I just jump on her with WQ and she dies. Kha'Zix runs because I would solo him, and Akali is super low too. I would have 1v2'd them. Garen chases him off with his exhaust. And I easily finish this Baron. Briar just has a lot of damage and healing with this build and her abilities. But that's mainly it. I actually noticed that I could make a Briar guide. I just want to know some technicals. Like, for example, if you hadn't watched the video on all of her abilities, I can explain them now. So Briar's attacks and abilities apply a bleed for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 9 times. The bleed deals 139 to 418 physical damage based on stacks, and heals Briar for 25% of the pre-mitigation damage. So basically, if you consume the stacks, you can heal more. I believe that's how it works. I'm honestly not too sure. I'm able to just plug and play this champion into my games and just learn how her mechanics work overall, just by practicing games. But she gains up to 50% increased healing. Okay, actually we're gonna have a dragon play. She gains that based on her missing health, and she has no base health regeneration, and her abilities cost 6% health to cast. So that's huge. Honestly, self-explanatory, kind of. It depends on how experienced you are. So anyways, her Q is just a stun. It's literally, you just stun them for less than a second, you deal damage, and you reduce their armor. So it's ideal to engage with your Q if you can for the stun. You reduce their armor and then you hit W. Or you can even aim for an E if possible. So I missed another ult, or I tried to hit it but I couldn't. So this is pretty much where our bot lane is just pushing in our tower. They're trying to base race, but I'm here to defend and they can't do anything. So I'll just keep explaining the abilities. So Blood Frenzy / Snack Attack. By the way, Crimson Curse, her passive. Head Rush, her Q. And I'll basically, I just force, because I see our team about to rotate. I just force, and I'm trying to knock them to this rotating gen. I see him going over there. I died at her, the Kazakhs, but they clean up, as you can see. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Akali is forced to ult out. And they begin to push mid and take the inhibitor. And that's what I did. I'm gonna keep explaining the abilities and then finish this video for my respawn. Okay, so her E, well, I don't have enough time, honestly. But her W, Briar leaps and enters into a Blood Frenzy. I've been doing it all game. Self-taunting to the nearest enemy for 5 seconds, prioritizing champs. While in Blood Frenzy, she gains 120% attack speed and 60% move speed. And her attacks deal 304 physical damage to enemies surrounding her target. Briar can recast this ability to empower her next attack. It deals basically extra damage scaling on how much AD she has. And based on missing health and physical damage, and heals Briar for 60% of the damage dealt. Pretty good ability. You want to just ideally cast it for as long as possible. And recast it once the cooldown is about to end to heal for a great amount. Scales off of how much damage you do the heal. We're just gonna fly in here to this fight. So see how they get fear from her ult? She just flies in. It's really nice. So her chilling scream, Briar removes Blood Frenzy and gathers energy, gaining 40% attack damage reduction and restoring 416 health over a second here, scaling. And when you release it, she unleashes a scream that knocks back the enemies and slows them. If you knock them into a wall, it's basically like Vayne. The collision is a condemn. Basically. And her ult, you've been seeing her ult. I fly across the map, deal damage, and fear all of the enemies near. So So Briar kicks her Pillory's Hemolith Brimstone and flies to the location of the first champion it hits, marking them as their prey. On landing, she deals 720 physical and AP damage to scales, and everything nearby causes the enemy who are not her prey to flee for 1.5 seconds. She then enters an Empowered Blood Frenzy and pursues her prey into death. During this time, she gains 6d1 armor and magic resist, which scales off of AD, 20% lifesteal, and an additional 30% move speed. So, you know, it's kind of a simple champion. At the same time, it's a champion that you got to keep in mind of her cooldowns, her abilities that are active and not active, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. If I can explain it better, I will, and in another video. So that's it for this one. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. Check out this one of my best videos, a music video about having 2 smites as a jungler. Just a good channel. I've been uploading a lot of TFT stuff. My Discord is in the description as well. And my Twitter, where I post new videos. This is one of my dream cars that I'm trying to work on and I own right now. Could do videos on it, working on it soon. And this is my Twitch. I streamed.
You sure there's no wars, not water?
It's Trick streaming. Such a great streamer that I support. And my last video, I streamed about a few weeks ago, but it's not here anymore. My past broadcast got cleared away. It's a few weeks ago I streamed. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace.